Hey people. Uh, Welcome to episode 2 of JoJo's Jabber, where we'll be talking about neutral. Now I just want to address a few points of criticism I've received from last week. So first and foremost, there were complaints about my mic. I hope that this sounds far better. Hopefully it should anyway. From my testing anyway, it sounded like it was coming out much louder, much more apparent. Second of all, I want to say that a lot of people are suggesting that I include, yeah, hearable. That's a good that's a good way of putting it. I'm hearable now. A lot of people are suggesting that to make the stream just a bit more interesting, that we add some background music, a bit of ambience. The only thing about that is that I did go about looking into it during the past week, but I couldn't find enough tracks on my own to justify it. Well, I just want to say that if everybody who suggested that or is interested in the idea could go ahead and submit a track to me, preferably a track that would not get me hunted down by the copyright police as well, I can stitch that together and get it going for next week. Also next week we'll have to see. JoJo's Jabber may or may not be getting a sponsorship, which is a really funny thing to say, but no, I'm not playing Despacito. I'm sorry, I'm skipping Despacito. I'm not playing Despacito on stream. But if you leave it up to me, I'll end up just picking up like 30 different tracks of disco. You know, you'll just be listening to disco for 2 hours. I don't know if anyone wants that, so I'll leave it up to you guys. Anyway, not too much else to say. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get this stream started and get the other guys in here. I could get some traditional Irish folk music, but don't know how well that would go down. Alright guys, let's get it started. Hey fellas. Let's get it started. We should be live now.
Yeah, I hear ya. Hello.
Yeah, so.
Oh yeah, it's really hard to tell who's talking. So if we should probably have introductions.
yeah, so I'll go ahead and say that here I have Frootz, the mythical
Hello.
British player. you can believe Brits play the game. We got a
There are
rubber
like
here.
5 British people.
Yeah, they all suck. Professor Deka.
Yeah, you can call me just Deka or Professor. I don't care.
You can call him American Chaka number 10.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Like higher rank, like number 4 maybe. I don't know.
Number 4. That's
Number 4.
respectable. I'm happy that on JoJo's Jabber we can reach out and grab number 4. And we have Gold Pilot is here.
Hi.
Yeah, a fairly solid middler player, let's say. But yeah, so the topic of this week is neutral. This is going to be a much more, let's call it more interesting, more involved, and more controversial, because everybody is going to want to have something else to say. Depending on your character, you're going to see neutral far different from the next person. So keep in mind that everything we say you might not completely agree with, but as long as you can get the gist of the message out, we give a general consensus on neutral. So I don't know. Does anybody want to kick it off? They want to talk about.
First question: what is neutral? That's pretty simple.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
That's a pretty good question to kick it off with, I'd say. Well, you're the Chaka player. You live on neutral.
Yeah, I live on neutral. I live on Neutral Street, between Neutral Street and Footsie's corner.
Yeah, could you give us a bit of insight into how you play your games?
So I'm gonna hold up my stick. What is neutral? This is neutral. It's when I'm not doing anything. Well, what it really means is when neither player is really attacking, neither player is defending. It's not like Pokemon where people take turns or the game tells you whose turn it is. No. In JoJo's, you have to take your turn, and the way you do it is through neutral. And neutral is just that. It's like a Western showdown or what's going on in the DMZ. Neither player is really doing anything because neither one wants to expose themselves. But they both want to get in. They both want to attack. So that's how they do it. That's neutral.
Yeah, exactly. They're looking for the advantage. They're looking to get an advantage over their opponent and winning the game over that. I guess the best way of phrasing it would be neutral is one of the foremost signs of your, let's say, skill and mastery over the game, right?
Before you look at, you don't need combos if you have good neutral. That is a controversial position, but
if before you look at really difficult and long and impressive combos, or strange Oki, or other tech that you wouldn't normally expect to see, if someone's playing in such a way that their opponent can't hit them, that they just completely outplay them in neutral in every single aspect, that's when you can tell that they have some skill in their game.
Mm-hmm.
Even in a shitty game like JoJo's with let's say strange neutral at best.
Yeah, the neutral is kind of strange. It'd be nice to see some Japanese replays though, because they have the best neutral.
Yeah, the Japanese neutral is very they play very patient because they have the execution to give each other the slap on the wrist if they try to be too aggressive. But over
Did
here
you bring
in the
those
West,
clips, the Japanese clips?
I didn't grab the Japanese clips, but I did link a playlist last week with Japanese games. I'll see if I can get that up again. But
alright, well, yeah, while you're at that. Hey, Gold Pilot, you play Middler, right? That's a whole different class of neutral. There's some projectiles mixed in and there's all this stuff. So I guess the question I'm asking is, when you are not, like, Chaka doesn't have projectiles, so I don't get to attack while I'm doing neutral. I just get to sit there and wait. With a character with projectiles, how does neutral change?
changes due to the how much you can attack the opponent, like how much different approaches can be. Like say, like they're trying to run away, they get hit by harpoons like that, and cars.
Yeah. So, but like, what's the point of projectiles? Like, if I just have my stand on, I can block the chip damage, right? So what's the point of using projectiles in neutral?
The point of projectile and neutral, so it can. There's more. It's difficult to struggle. Yeah, it can also do some stand damage, also harpoons, cars, and how much different approaches cost.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so projectiles can change the way you play neutral just a little bit. I'm thinking. So I just have a question. That thing that whole horse always does, where he just shooting glass and shooting bullets everywhere, is that neutral or no?
I believe not. Honestly,
No. Can you elaborate? Can you explain why?
Well, it's probably because of the flow charty. It's more flow charty. It doesn't really have any more strategy involved in it. In certain circumstances.
Alright.
Yeah, you can.
Frootz, are you alive?
I just want to say that with projectiles mixed into neutral, it can also prevent people from either building meter or maybe approaching in a certain way. Like Chaka has a good jump, so like what Gold Pilot said, cars stop him from getting in fast. They can also block out dashes like from ice as well.
Yeah, Binak, if you look at the screen, it says we're talking about neutral. We're trying to answer that basic question of what is neutral and what isn't neutral.
We're giving a
and
bit of
saying,
a taster into what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah. So, in summary, we're saying neutral is not a whole horse flowchart where you just shoot bullets everywhere. Neutral is about it's trying to take your turn while your opponent while not letting your opponent take theirs.
That's
I see what you don't have, Binak. Calling you out. Thanks for a blunder. You say what we're all thinking.
Yeah. So, well, you mentioned there that neutral is about taking your turn without letting your opponent take their turn. Well, why would you want to even do that in the first place? Like, pretend I'm a new player. I don't totally understand. I get the idea of neutral. I get the idea that I'm trying to outmaneuver my opponent, put myself in an advantageous position. But why do I want to be there?
Because if you're not, then you get touch of death.
All right,
like against the good player, if you're in a bad position, like for example, if you are in the corner, that's the worst position you can be because it makes it hard to defend. The opponent can just keep attacking you, and you don't get a chance to do anything.
All right, yeah. So there is getting bodied, right? If you're not, if you
don't have neutral, you get bodied. That's what happens.
You get bodied, but the idea is that if you have a greater neutral than your opponent, you can body your opponent. To put it,
that's it.
Exactly, because as soon as it's your turn, you understand exactly what to do and can get off your combo knowledge as well. So if you have just combo knowledge, then you'll never find a good opening without good neutral.
Ponty.
Yeah, exactly. So again, like neutral is the way you take your turn. If you don't know it, you can't take your turn.
Yeah, good metaphor, let's call it. You know, something small and fast versus something large and slow. Well, if something small and fast can damage something large and slow, and the large and slow thing can never touch it, well then, even though the large and slow thing may be stronger, it's not going to win. Because it's just completely out of its jurisdiction. It can't it can't keep up. Neutral is
Right.
about neutral is the sort of driving force behind the match. It's the reason that some games like Street Fighter V are slow and games like Melty are fast because
And not so Street Fighter 5 is really fast. That game doesn't have neutral.
there's
But
a difference in neutral. What I'm trying to say.
you're right, that's true. And so yeah, every game has a different form of neutral because characters have and Street Fighter 5 everybody has a fireball, so that game has a different neutral. In JoJo, it's not like that. In JoJo, everybody has really good range. It's ridiculously good power. So the neutral is kind of weird here. Sometimes you can play without ever learning neutral.
Yeah,
calling you out.
it's.
I'm calling you out,
Oh,
Lightspeed Lucas.
oh,
That's
oh
right.
no.
You don't have neutral. I'm saying
Oh
it right now.
no. Oh. All right. Yeah. Um.
Right. So you can. It's true that in this game you can get by without knowing neutral, but like when you get into the really high level, if you still don't know neutral, then you get bodied. It's fact. Who was on the mic just now? Me.
B. That's a good
Me.
descriptor. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's Professor Deka giving his insight into Street Fighter V.
Yeah,
Venus.
stream is calling out people without neutral.
I know S bullets S bullets can be neutral. It's just if you have so jail schmicks repeat, that's his name. Yeah, no, S bullets can be neutral. It's not about the actual it's not about the projectiles. Projectiles can be neutral. Midler harpoons are neutral, that thing. It's how you use them. If you're not putting thought into it, if you're just doing things because it works, that's not really neutral, because you're not doing it for the intent of controlling space. You're doing it for because that's the thing you do. I don't know.
Yeah, you can think of it as you learn the patterns for S bullet, right? You could see that as flowchart, right? Because if I go up here, right here, down here, whatever, I'm gonna cut off my opponent's options, right? But you still gotta know which S bullet patterns to use, depending on where your opponent is. So that's where the neutral comes into play.
Yeah,
You have
exactly.
to adapt to your
knowledge
opponent.
involved. So I guess we've been talking about why neutral is important. We haven't talked about how to actually learn it.
Learning neutral, that's a hefty topic, alright, because in a game like this, in a game like JoJo's, where some characters, they need their neutral to get off the ground, and other characters, they don't even need to touch the stuff until they're mid or high level players, right? So really, learning neutral comes down to your willingness and the character you play, basically.
Yeah. So first step to know neutral is to learn your character. Drink water. That's how you get good at neutral. Yes, actually, being patient, learning patience is the first way to get good at neutral. But before you do that, you gotta learn your character. You gotta learn the exact range and more or less the range and the hitboxes of all of the moves. You don't have to actually go through frame data. You just need to get a feel for it, and that's you just play everybody as Melvin says. You gotta get a feel for your character. Gotta learn their range.
If you're playing Jotaro, you gotta know where your jabs land. If you're playing, I don't know, if you're playing Abdul, you gotta know where the sweep reaches. If you're playing, if you're playing Hall Horse, you gotta know where your sort of baby combos, like the jab into kicks, where
the
that
frame
works.
traps and stuff.
Yeah,
if you're playing Chaka, you gotta know that 236S has a weird hitbox. It can anti-air, but only in a certain spot. Like you as you play the character over and over against people who keep trying to attack you, if you play defensively, you start to get a feel for it. But in order to learn neutral, you have to not focus on combos. You have to just sometimes against a few of my opponents, if I don't really know the matchup, I'll just sit there and I'll try to defend. I'll just defend for as long as possible until I get a feel for how the character works, how I'm supposed to be doing things.
Yeah. So like for example, Frootz, right? When you're throwing up Rubber Soul's portable wall, you know, uh,
The Aegis Reflector, yeah.
yeah. How do you get? What sort of feel of neutral do you get?
It's good at. Although he's not a very good zoner, he's kind of like an aggressive zoner. It depends on the matchup, really. But Rubber's 236A is used as effective space, so some characters can't get in easy. Some get caught in the air for anti-airs to be landed. It's quite useful and can be done easily from a negative edge from 5B to build a little meter as well.
Yeah, it's a real area denial tool.
Yeah, it's definitely something you should learn. Considering like matchups like Black Polnareff, Chaka, Ice, they all get stuffed by it really easily.
So you could say that's
Yeah.
where Rubber Soul's neutral is coming into play.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then going for a tick grab.
Yeah, cactic grab, instant air dash.
Yeah, that goes into the second point, which is that neutral is also matchup dependent. So not only do you have to learn your own character, but you have to learn your own character in relation to everyone else's.
Yeah,
And that means playing lots of matches.
Yeah, once you become a bit more experienced with JoJo's, you realize that every character is their own game, but also every character versus another character is their own game.
Mhm.
It's
Here we got a good question. Here says JSR says, how do you play neutral against overly jumpy characters?
yes. So in JoJo's, we have a severe lack of good anti-airs.
Yeah,
So-
Midler has the cars though.
Midler has the cars, yeah. So what you got to do is look at your character's options. So let's say, if you're Abdul, you either have you can either use S6A or DP if you want to be special, super, all that sort of stuff. You'll usually, if you're another active stand character like
Abdul.
I don't know, I just said Abdul.
Oh,
Another
you
one
already said Abdul. I'm sorry.
let's say for example Jotaro, right? And you're not really in the position to backdash, and you don't you think you could roll out of there, but you don't want to leave yourself in a disadvantageous position, and you have the spare meter. You could dump it on a tandem, for example. Use a tandem to anti-air. Another one is if your character has good air-to-airs, you can back hop.
Chaka's jumping C, for example.
Yeah, you can back hop, jumping C with Chaka, or
Yeah, well, actually, that I would say that never works with Chaka. You gotta actually forward hop and catch them as they are coming up the air.
Well, yeah.
A good Chaka will not let you jump. You just don't get to jump.
Guru makes a good point. If we're talking about anti-airs, like there are characters that have really good ones, like Nukak has a variety of good anti-airs. But Guru Slum has said that Alessi's JC, and I agree with this, is an amazing anti-air.
Yeah.
This is neutral knowledge that you build by playing a character over and over till you start to understand. Like, this is not something you learn off a wiki, even though the wiki might give you some pointers. You can't learn neutral off a wiki. You gotta learn it just by getting a feel for the character. You gotta play them. You gotta use them.
That's something you see a lot from new players. They'll be asking, well, how do I deal with this? How do I deal with that?
Yeah.
And all you can say is, well, this is how you deal with it. And then they're like, okay, but how do I do that? And you just say, well, you do it. That's all there is to say. You really have to put the practice in. The idea is to learn how to teach yourself your character's options.
Learn how to teach yourself.
Yeah,
that's a good. Learn how to teach yourself. I like that.
Yeah. I don't know about Dio's jump 236 AA because sometimes you don't want to spend the meter. Am I right? I don't play
That's
Dio.
True.
Yeah.
So I guess that one last thing you have to consider is we've been talking about moves that are good in neutral, but I think we need to talk about spacing in neutral. Spacing is not a move.
It's how you land your moves. You gotta.
Yeah, but yeah, spacing. Like, what's the role of spacing in neutral? Well, spacing is neutral, I would say.
Okay.
Using your
Yeah.
moves in like effective space. So, like Pion said, learning the range of each move. Like you don't have to study hitboxes. You just need to understand that doing like a long sweep right next to somebody just isn't a good idea, especially if they can fall out of.
Yeah, you see
Yeah.
that. You see that a fuck ton with Kakyoins. They don't give a shit. They will do S2C right in your face, even though you can push block and punish it.
Yeah, Lucas, please.
Lucas, please.
You gotta stop doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but again, you have to. Just because a move is good doesn't mean it's good at all ranges and in all situations.
Yeah, as JSR says, spacing is about making sure your own moves land and your opponent's moves miss.
Yeah. Our audience is getting that. Micro spacing, staying out of your opponent's range while being inside yours. Yeah, you guys are getting it. I guess one last thing. So just to clarify for some of the newer people, when you might hear the word footsies, that's the same thing as neutral. It's a more descriptive thing because you see people like stepping in and out of each other's ranges. That's why it's called footsies.
Yeah.
But yeah, footsies is neutral. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I got like a bit of an anecdote for spacing. So I was showing a friend of mine JoJo's for the first time, and he was an experienced fighting game player. Like he's a Street Fighter player, right? So we build up JoJo's. He's like, okay, I want a character with a bit of zoning, some decent, long range moves. I want to get a feel on the neutral, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll set you up with Kakyon. Let's see how you do with Kakyon. So I was explaining all the different mechanics, like turning your stand on, how you get different moves like that and that and that. And then then I'm like, okay, do you have an idea how to, grasp the game now? And he's like, yeah, I do, but I don't know how to hit you. I say, what do you mean you don't know how to hit me? He says, well, every time I press a move, you perfectly avoided it. You're always outside of my range. And I was like, oh, that's because I was subconsciously spacing myself outside of Kakyoin's bullshit normals all the time. So that's just really giving an idea of like the difference in neutral. So even though he was a guy who, he had a handle in neutral in a different game, once he jumped into JoJo's, he could recognize the neutral I had and how it was overwhelming whatever he tried to do.
Oh, Melvin makes a good point. He says that knowing when is also as important as knowing where. Yeah. There's range across space and range and time. Yeah, like I get it. You can beat out any of the Chaka's jumping moves if you just time them right, but yeah, so you have to learn the timing of moves as well as their range and their damage and all that.
And naturally, if you put yourself in an advantageous position with spacing, you can always super punish if they go for something that isn't safe.
Right.
So it really helps you out.
Yeah. So not a talking point, but what is the role of a how do combos fit into neutral? Well, combos are how you cash out on good neutral.
Yeah, it's like the result of your neutral.
Yeah.
It's your prize at the end.
Showing that you have good neutral is getting off your best combo or whatever option you have.
So naturally, at lower levels and with less neutral heavy characters, you'd be landing the combo much more often, even if your neutral is ass. Let's say you're playing, you know what? It's week 2. It's week 2 of playing JoJo's, and you play Vanilla Ice. You play Vanilla Ice, and you can do his basic machine gun reps, right? You're going to be landing that a lot if you're playing against someone a similar level as you. But as you learn more and more about the game and challenge better and better people, it's going to get harder and harder to land your combo. And more often than not, you'll find yourself using your your neutral buttons, your S6C, your S2C, more often than fishing for your B&B. It's really the
So
evolution.
yeah, so
Neutral.
at the end, high level neutral, it starts to look like freaking World War I, where neither player wants to give an inch.
Yeah.
Both players are playing really safe, barely making any mistakes. Like everything is just most of the damage is coming out of pokes, and every once in a blue moon you'll see a good combo come out.
That's where like life lead comes into play as well. Like neutral and
Yeah.
spacing can force like another player has to approach. So knowing you're neutral,
Yeah.
you can just keep them away,
Yeah.
time them
As
out
you-
if
yeah.
necessary.
Yeah, some characters are very good at stay away. Like, take for example Iggy. Iggy gets himself set up in the corner. He drops his sandballs, and you cannot feel like approaching. There's just
shout outs to Karnaz.
shout outs to
nominate him for that.
Karnaz. Like even if
I
you have
nominate him for the next
projectiles,
episode.
he has his stand on, so the projectiles don't chip him out. Meaning that he forces you to approach him when he gets the life lead. If he gets a single pixel of health more than you, he is instantly in the corner doing his Iggy aerial junk.
Too good.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, some of you might have seen, because I used to not be good at this game. Like I got the skills for JoJo across like a year or so. I can't believe it's been a year. I've been playing this game for a year. Damn. But no. So some of you might like Ultra Zoop, for example, probably remembers when I was bad at this game and has seen me like grow up and what was I saying? I used to be bad. No, yeah, I'm still bad. But they've probably seen me grow up, and that I have not gotten any better at my combos. Like I still drop my combos constantly, and Eridal's doing freaking guard cancel combos and stand crash combos. I'm still doing like little B&Bs. But what people tell me is my biggest improvement has been playing defensively and playing neutral.
Yeah,
and
your
that's what's
neutral
gotten me this far.
is like the
Yeah.
best of all the Chakas, definitely.
Yeah.
Nah, maybe. No.
At
There's
least of all the
who was
regular.
there's another. No, Pablo has a much better Chaka.
Pablo.
Oh, I miss Pablo.
Yeah, I miss
Oh
Pablo
no,
too.
Pablo.
I wish he could. Yeah. I'm about even with Zoop now. We take rounds off. I used to like get steamrolled by him. Now we take rounds off each other.
All
You're
right.
no longer
All right.
Zoop's
but we-
pupil.
Yeah, no, but we still ride bikes together.
Oh, one thing
Okay,
we should mention actually while we're on this topic is when to go in, when to get aggressive, right? So I have Frootz.
Oh yeah, when to get aggressive. You get aggressive. There's as you start getting neutral, you'll get a feel for this. You start getting aggressive in three cases. A, when your opponent starts getting frustrated and starts doing risky things. Like you'll notice, like once you've set up your defense, like the opponent will like start wearing himself down, just trying to get through your defenses. When he starts playing sloppy and when he starts getting frustrated, that's when you go in.
Yeah. Let's say you're playing versus a vanilla ice, and the ice is, he's set up his ice. He turns on his stand. He hunkers down. He goes S2B, S2C. He's slapping his hands out in front of him. But then as soon as you see him and then maybe he'll stand up, do a little bit of a shimmy S6C. But then you just gotta wait it out. And when you see him try to go for something else, something that makes him,
or something.
yeah,
'Cause,
maybe
like,
ball or something, something
you can bait that definitely.
it's not quite as safe, quite as advantageous for him. You go in.
You definitely see it a lot on like Rubber Soul as well. Like
Yeah.
anyone who thinks that they're spacing, they'll do something risky. So 6S from way too far, and then suddenly you've eaten a super, and you need to think why.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Well,
that's just
rubber
because-
rubber also has a lot of going in as well, doesn't he? You have to take your
yeah, when you get your turn, just
You-
make
yeah.
sure that you know your safe options.
Yeah, and then
Not
the
that
other
specific again.
the other time you know when to take your turn is when you've pushed the guy to a corner. You can slowly push somebody into a corner if you have good enough neutral. Like just with enough pokes, you force them to retreat into a corner. When they're in the corner, backs to the wall, that's when you go in. That's your turn.
Yeah, it's really like, let's take Rubber for example. You get them in the corner, you set up your wall, your portable wall. You go in, you pressure them, you hit them with your buttons. Maybe go for a tick grab. I don't know. Maybe go for a backbreaker if you're feeling special or something. Catch them as they try and jump out. All that sort of stuff, right? It's about extending your turn to be as long as it can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what going in is about. In
Yeah,
JoJo's
so-
at least.
So that's about it. So just to recap, so neutral is when neither player is attacking, neither is defending. It's just they're just trying to gain ground, take their turn. You learn neutral by learning your character. You learn the matchups, and then you just practice against good opponents till you get a feel for it. Flowcharts are not neutral, and high level neutral looks like friggin' World War One. How about actually, why don't we just show them? I feel like we should just show good neutral.
I'll have a look for a good video there. While I'm looking for that,
let's fight. What I'm saying is let's fight.
Oh, you want to start fighting on stream?
Yeah, I'm itching a fight.
You're itching to fight? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, who do you want to go up against first then?
Okay, Gold Pilot has such amazing middler neutral. I just want to show that off.
Alright. Hop on to 5K then.
Yeah, I'm on 5K. Alright. What the fuck are you?
Melvin, I'm not gonna fight because my stick is the loudest thing ever. Plus, if I start fighting, I would not stop. We'd be here all day.
Where is that? Gold Pilot, where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay.
Oh yeah, one thing I want to say while we're getting set up is I just want to really emphasize the difference between JoJo's neutral and a more traditional fighting games neutral. Like
I
don't know.
mentioned Street Fighter.
Yeah, like most people who they've stuck around JoJo's long enough have at least tried Third Strike, right? And if you came from JoJo's,
definitely, I've tried it.
If you came from JoJo's and you tried out Third Strike, you would have been destroyed because Third Strike neutral, it basically revolves around parry.
Okay, the match is up. You just gotta put it on stream now.
To put it like, what you want is moves that are fast and unpredictable that can confirm into B&Bs or supers very easily, because as soon as something's reactable in Third Strike, it's punishable by parry. And if they parry you, they get their B&B off it. So it's like Iggy's B&B. You know how it ends in the super punishable charge, and some characters can get their own B&B of Iggy doing his B&B. This is ridiculous as that. And yeah, we do have some very good Third Strike players like Simon and Danny. Unfortunately I'm not a very good Third Strike player, but I can safely say I get destroyed because
the neutral's different for every game.
Yeah, every game.
JoJo doesn't have a lot of fireballs, and it definitely doesn't have very good anti-air, so you have to learn to work around that.
Another one is Eunice
Pion,
as well.
could you spectate the game? Put it on the stream.
Oh, sorry, you're in the game, are you?
Yeah, I'll reset so you don't. Okay. Oh, yeah, so this is Professor Deka versus Gold Pilot. Deka is the Chaka player, and Gold Pilot is the sweet middler player.
Yes, middler.
I'll be thinking aloud, because some people need to hear hear someone thinking. What am I thinking when I'm playing neutral? So you'll get to see that, or hear that. I guess you get to see and hear it as we play. We're about to see some neutral. Yes, you are. About to see some neutral.
I'll probably mute the game audio just so we can speak over it.
Audio. Yeah, audio is muted. All right, here we go. So first thing I know is I want to watch for harpoons and I want to watch for cars. So I'm not jumping. I'm going to try not to jump unless I catch them jumping as well. So
He's making sure to push block everything he can because push
so
blocking.
236S is my safest option here. But my goal is to catch him doing a harpoon and I sweep under it. Ah, that's not it. It's catch him jumping, or catch him doing a harpoon and sweep under it. Yeah, okay. Now it's my turn. See, back. He's in the corner. He got out of the corner, and now he's taking his turn. Ah, okay, we're good.
We're a few seconds
so we're back to
behind you,
neutral
Deka.
because grab.
So you have to be a bit more descriptive.
I'm trying to be descriptive, but the pressure is really high.
Yeah. So we can see Deka, he's very much challenging every time Gold Pilot jumps with his jump C. Very strong air to air. He's push blocking every offensive maneuver Gold Pilot tries because push blocking, to put it simply, it makes you recover faster. Makes zoning less effective. And he's watching out for tick grabs and harpoons.
You know,
especially.
you can parry cars.
Yeah. It's funny.
Ah, yes. All right. So, Chaka's parries make neutral much harder for the opponent because now I can basically convert off of any miss. I can convert a lot easier off of any mistake.
It locks down that move. Like even with, let's say, Khan, right? If Khan gets if he gets a good counter on some opponents, it makes an unwinnable matchup suddenly much more possible.
I will say that Robbers 2A and JA getting parried by any Anubis character does like detriment his chances of winning.
I don't have a life lead. How did that happen? Do you see? I had him in the corner the whole time, but my damage output is just so low.
Prof Deka
It didn't
exposed
matter.
on stream.
And now all he has to see,
as worse
Pilot
Chaka.
isn't going in. He's just chilling. Doesn't need to do anything. Just hold the life lead.
He's throwing
I'm
out
gonna
his
get grabbed.
cards, his harpoons. He's very comfortable.
Okay. Wait, I'm gonna get grabbed. This was gonna. Okay.
Yeah, another thing is being very aware of rolling in this game because punishing a roll is free damage. Sometimes it's hard to watch for rolls, and sometimes because you know you're after pressing a button, you can't grab if you press the button, or if your stand is busy doing something else, you can't grab either.
It's definitely something that comes easier with time.
Yeah. You get the idea, not just how to keep yourself out of danger, but when to keep your stand handy. Because you need it for blocking as well. So it's very important.
See, that's like the 5th time I've dropped that combo. It's fine. Just play the neutral.
Yeah, it's very important to keep your stand in mind as well. That's another mechanic that really, lends itself to JoJo's.
Alright. I'm gonna wait for him to jump. Jump. Something. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, don't throw out raw supers. That's not neutral.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Oh wait, I have a life lead. I can chill. Alright.
Where the life lead at?
I just wait. See. Oh, you see. So I know I've parried his sweep, but I'm not doing anything about it because. Okay. Whew, okay, that was a lot.
There's a lot to digest there.
Oh, I know the audio is a little decent. That's okay, but basically, my thought process was just keep challenging him in the air. Don't jump into cars. Hey, Gold Pilot, you wanna tell us what you're thinking as you play this game?
I try to capitalize on mistakes.
Oh, can you not fight and talk at the same time?
He's using push to talk. So
oh,
he
okay,
probably
yeah,
needs
alright. That
to.
explains it.
Yeah. So maybe in
Alright.
between rounds he can give a bit of
Yeah.
insight.
Yeah, while you're at it, just commentate what you think he's thinking.
What I think he's thinking. If I play Midler.
He's
Root.
thinking about dive kick.
No, yeah.
That
probably.
is, the thing about
What is
the
this? Did he just try to warn me on stream? You
yeah
can't do
the
that.
thing about the the I beam, the dive kick, is that it's actually very punishable, but no one knows how to punish it, so you get
I
away
try to
with it.
capitalize on mistakes, honestly.
Yeah, we got a hint of them there. Frootz, you've played some Midler, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what would you be doing as Midler here? Obviously, lots of cards, lots of jump
Yeah,
beat.
yeah, definitely.
Um,
Basically, seeing that Deka is playing really defensively, then going for projectiles and stuff is definitely what you want to do.
yeah,
gonna get
you're
a
looking
perf-
to
no,
chip
no
him
perfect
out
for
to
you.
open him up.
Challenging him in the air when he's standoff might be a bit troubling because Chaka's jump C is quite good, but getting grabs, tech chases,
How
the
do you
swords.
punish the dive? Dang it! How do you punish the dive kick?
It's got a weird hurt box on it too.
Yeah,
like,
it
Robert's
has.
I fought him
work
like 30
well.
times. I still don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
I
I try to
told you,
capitalize on mistakes, like for example, how Proof Deka keeps on doing 5G, or like any like whiff punishes, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some characters can super punish the dive kick very very easily. Others can still super punish it, but they need to put a bit more work into it, especially when it gets in the awkward, sort of cross up position with
Okay,
how
what
she
was that? That
bounces
was
back, and that messes with it a lot.
Oh yeah.
But you gotta
Are tech
realize,
chases part of neutral? I'm not sure.
no, it's sort of leaning back into neutral. It's like you went back into neutral, like it's a mini neutral where you're
Okay.
looking for an advantage. It's definitely in an advantageous position for you. Yeah, like so Midler, all of Midler's options. Midler is by no means the greatest character in JoJo's. All of her options are they're counterable. If you read the neutral correctly, you can beat out Midler, even if she's quite annoying to fight at times. That was a nice stand crash combo.
I tried to go for the reset and I
You-
messed it up, but it didn't matter.
Yeah. So once you understand what she's doing, what she wants to do, and how she does it, you can really play around it and lean to your own strengths. The same applies to Chaka as well. He's very much while he has nice range moves like his 236S that
His
Prof
hitboxes
Deka
suck,
is
that's
really he's really he's really working it there. And he's getting all those pokes in. He doesn't have any true projectiles. He has to turn his whole body into a projectile as he hyper hops C towards you from half screen, which is definitely punishable if you see it coming. So
Doing the podcast, shout out to my brother. He just showed up. He's like, "How's your neutral?" And I'm like, "We're showing it."
Just watch the greatness.
yeah.
No, this is the replay, Bennett.
What?
We're doing it live. All right, sorry. What was that? That was a odd parry. All right, never mind.
Yeah, we might just get one more game and then we'll switch it around
we'll
a
switch
bit.
it up. That was
Wow, that was a very good tick grab. So
How did they lose so much health? See that they have good neutral when you're like you haven't seen them do any big combos, but then you just look at your health bar and it's all gone.
Oh,
So it's
no.
like, how did that happen?
Oh no, come back!
Just
Oh
like
yeah,
that,
it came back. That's the burr. I had a point I wanted to make. Oh yeah, tick grabs. Midler and her tick grabs. Tick grabs are very strong with Midler. Midler, it's, in JoJo's grabs are almost unreasonably strong because of how fast they come out, how
And especially how
unreactable they are.
many little frames you have to tech them as well.
Yes, exactly.
That is not what I meant to do.
Just
So
make sure if you go for tick grabs, don't go from a blocked hit because punishable. Midler though has a very good time doing tick grabs. So JB is just so good; it can
Yeah.
just cross up into a tick grab.
yeah, exactly. Tick grab, it's really
That
a
was good
means of
punish.
opening up your opponent and getting extra damage. Because
Exactly. Try to get them some mix-ups.
yeah.
But you see how I lost there? It's because I jumped at all the wrong times. He was waiting for my jumps, and he caught me on each and every one of them. He caught me with a super on my last jump.
Yeah, so once again, it's your character options that determine how your anti-airs work.
All right, good game, Gold Pilot. So
Yeah,
I
you
hope
too.
that was a good demonstration.
Yeah, it's a lot like Street Fighter 2 grabs, as Beanoff says. Yeah, Melvin, having like 3 options that are easy to read, that's like Khan. That's what playing Khan is like. You gotta really mix it up with those 2 viable moves you have. Oh man. Who do we want to see next? Are we thinking
I'm reading through the comments now. Hey, go ahead. Who's the next match?
we might give you a break then, Professor Deka.
Yeah, please.
Bit of Gold Pilot and Frootz. Please.
Go follow Frootz. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let me. Frootz fight Peon to demonstrate neutral. Well, Peon can't because he's got his broken stick. Was it?
No,
Or
It's
a really
it's not
loud
broken. It's just too loud. Like if I pick it up here and I'll hit some buttons, like it's like
stick? Okay.
I don't know if anyone
Yeah,
wants to
that is
hear
a
that.
little loud. It sounds satisfying. It's like white noise. It's like ASMR or whatever.
Like Cade ASMR.
Where's the raw 236A to punish projectiles on reaction? I'm okay. Guru Slump, that's actually not a good idea. First of all, the projectile actually beats it if I don't time it right, and B, Midler is pretty safe on with her projectiles. It's much easier to sweep under them than it is to super through them.
If she's too close, her projectiles are much more punishable. But otherwise, at a good range, they're very strong.
Beanock throwing some shade because I threw shade at him. Where am I likely at? Yeah, that's true.
Have you two gotten in a match?
Beanock and I, no.
Sorry, Frootz
Oh yeah.
and Gold Pilot.
We just started.
Can we show some bad neutral by playing Miga's Warden? But we don't want to show bad neutral. Well, we might show bad neutral. I haven't thought about that.
How would you show bad neutral exactly?
Yes, you just have to show like a bit Stinkos playing each other, I guess.
I guess there is a tournament happening. Like I don't know, is it now or is it happening in an hour?
Well,
I'm
anyways,
not sure.
your homework is to go to the Stinko neutral and analyze, like, just break down why their neutral is bad, why they're not getting their win.
Like, I don't think I ever looked at that lad Kanker's tournament and said, "Wow, that's outstanding neutral." Like they're all pretty standard. Like you'll see some displays of decent neutral, some displays of poor neutral, and so on.
Okay, let's see.
Prefer for me chasing him a lot.
Yeah, I'd say there's gonna be
Mikey
a good bit of
Vouchgate.
that. Yeah, Robert really needs to set himself in the position to actually get in. So that's what the super does. He didn't just burn the meter for fun.
Oh yeah, where's Frootz? Right, there we go. Who's Frootz fighting? Oh, he's fighting Goku.
Oh no, don't perfect him, please, Fruits. He'll never recover. Oh no. Oh no, Fruits. Not like this.
Oh my goodness. Ooh.
Yeah, so
Okay, I gotta watch this now. Cars for days. Oh yeah, so I get to commentate.
yeah,
I
Fruits.
I do I
yeah,
play some rubber in my spare time, because he's annoying as hell and I like that.
Fruits is being very aggressive because he knows he can't be passive against Midler. Because as soon as he
Right. Midler has
jumps
chip
out of the
damage,
close
which
range, Midler
right.
gets her, her sweeps, her cars, and her
Mhm.
harpoons in. So that's
right.
why
Rubber
he's really
cannot block
pushing
chip
the
damage, so he's
advantage.
being aggressive. But being aggressive doesn't mean you're not playing neutral. Say that
Yeah.
Yeah,
even though he's
so
being
this is
aggressive.
certainly one of those matchups where if I don't make my move often, then I'll be stuffed out a lot. So a lot of the neutral in this is don't jump, approach correctly, use safe moves.
Mhm. So yeah, we'll get to see that. Let's see. Like, right, yeah, say pilot predicting a jump, because yeah, you
There's
notice
gonna
that
be lots of
Fruits
jumping.
likes to jump a lot because Rubber Soul has basically two ways to attack. It's either jumping A into S, or just slide in and do a crouching S. Sorry, crouching A. Gold Pilot, you gotta get back into neutral.
Yeah.
You just gotta move back.
Yeah, really jumping in JoJo's gives you so much advantage. Which
Okay,
is
so
why
now they're back in neutral.
both of them like
But
to jump.
you see what I mean? Fruits is totally in control all the time. He does not let Gold Pilot get the neutral he wants. Fruits, like, the moment he takes his turn, he tries to keep his turn.
Even if all the S moves aren't especially strong, together he knows exactly how to cover every movement option Gold Pilot is trying to pull. So he can
Saying
really push him towards where he wants, like in the corner here. Once he gets him in
Gold
the
Pilot
corner,
keeps trying to do anti-air, and it just is not working.
yeah,
Okay. And Fruits, you see, sometimes he'll just do super randomly. It's not random. It's he's doing it so that he can maintain advantage. He can keep his turn even though they should be at neutral because of the distance. Right. Okay, so now they're at neutral. Fruits is gonna have some trouble approaching here. And now Gold Pilot is doing the double jump in order to keep even more distance between him and Fruits, trying to tone down the aggression. But it's clear that where did Fruits' health go? Boom! You see, you thought he was winning the whole time, and then
yeah.
But good neutral.
That's how volatile it
But
can be.
the good neutral has just been eating away at his health little by little. Even still, Fruits takes the win. Very good job.
Yeah, with a good counter as well.
Thank you. Yeah, what you said was right. Super to prevent Midler from doing what she wants to do, because me jumping at all is risky, but it's one of the few ways I can go and get my turn in the first.
Yeah, so people who ask about how to beat out cars, like, the first thing people complain about when you talk about Midler is their cars, because everyone is used to jumping for free in this game. I missed the backbreaker, but everyone is used to jumping for free. But Midler can put a bit of a gate on that. She can punish you for trying to jump so much, especially at a nice mid range, or if she has meter. So really, what you got to do is put the pressure on her so that she can't afford to go for cars, and from there it's get much easier.
Okay, I want to see how
I
want to see how Gold Pilot adjusts, because he's been getting stuffed by the jumps constantly. Oh, yeah, what is going on? Wow. Okay, so yeah. Okay, there. Okay, here we go. So So Gold Pilot's getting a bit more aggressive now. That's what I'm noticing. In order to try to adapt, just throwing out random supers. It's not random. It's to try to keep advantage. But Gold Pilot puts himself in the corner. All right, gets out of the corner. That's good. What was that grab? All right.
Yeah, grab.
So Midler has a bugged grab range. It's larger than everyone else's. So let's do some crazy grabs.
Yeah, it
Four hard points in a row.
definitely seems like she has a larger grab ring. Both of these characters really enjoy grabbing as well, which adds another, level of danger.
Okay, yeah, there we go. All right, Gold Pilot's making the adjustment, learning to keep Frootz in the air.
That was the tech chase scenario. So Gold Pilot read where Frootz wanted to go in the air, and from there racked on the damage.
Okay, we're seeing a lot more grabs from Gold Pilot. Feeling a little bit more confident about his grab game, knowing that he can. Is the jumping 5A into stuff a true combo from Rubber, or is it just a setup?
Well, I assume going to tick grab a lot with it.
Yeah, so Gold Pilot's just learning.
It probably does.
Wow, that's a good super there. And Frootz immediately gets out of the corner. Yeah, they've been having a lot of trouble keeping each other in the corner.
Yeah, if you notice,
right, back to neutral.
Rubber Soul is much better at attacking downwards from the air. If his opponent is a little above him, it's much harder to contest the air. He basically has to.
I saw Frootz go for the grab, he missed, but he recovered with a success.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
So yeah, from what you saw, a lot of approaches. I know, by the way, the JA isn't a true setup. It's just an option select for roll. But
okay.
A lot of approaching, jumping, it's risky, but sometimes neutral in footies you need to take like crazy risks, so trying to stuff out a net from cack or something.
Yeah, try some risk at the start of each round, and sometimes.
You gotta,
so,
you definitely have to
my
take
cat who's like jumping on my lap right now. Casper. Yeah.
Let the cat on screen.
No, but yeah, that was a Gold Pilot. You notice that Gold Pilot barely ever got to throw any cars out. Cars are the best option against jumping, but just didn't get a chance to do them because Frootz knew the matchup, knew how to play around it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Say hi, Casper. Okay. It's me against Frootz now, right?
Yep.
All right. Where are you, Frootz? All right. So this is where you see my neutral breakdown real fast. Rubber Soul is such a hard matchup for me. Because even if I do, is this cat gonna tell you about neutral? Yes. My cat has the best neutral. My cat's neutral is so high IQ that it doesn't have to hit any buttons. Frootz, fight me. No, you're not Frootz. Frootz. There we go.
You found it, have you?
Yeah, my cat plays con.
Oh wow.
No, my cat is a Mariah main.
I always wondered if Bane was a pet.
Maybe. Oh. Frootz, I think we messed up. You gotta send the challenge again. There we go. Alright.
Why do I have a lower ping with Beanoff than you, Frootz?
I don't understand.
That's
yeah,
weird.
But this is a good time for questions. Because yeah, you'll get to see some quality gameplay, but it's also a really good time for questions about neutral. So please ask away. All right. I see what you're doing, Frootz. Trying to keep me from jumping in. So I am playing it really safe. Okay, good bait. Ah!
Yeah, really, there's a lot of being aware of space in this scenario. So Prof Deka knows that Frootz can drop, either a super like that or his 236A, or even his 6S if he's feeling frisky. But as soon as he gets in, he's not letting Prof Deka get out, and he's really trying to push the advantage here. Prof Deka is fighting back because he knows Rubber and Chaka work in similar ranges.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do JC.
Yeah, it's a really
And
very high priority move
that
Chaka likes to contest with.
It loses to freaking jumping A.
Really?
Yeah, but unless I time it right, and I have to time it basically like the moment the very start of his jump. Once he's already falling, I cannot beat it.
Yeah, Prof Deka being very aware of the range.
No! Just as I say that, commentator's curse. Raw super, no. Wake up super, no. Oh, okay. And I jumped into a super. Do you see this?
Yeah, do you see how my game plan changed immediately? Like between Midler and Chaka, it's much more different.
Yeah, I see. Like with Rubber, you were going all in. You were just constantly hitting, and now you're just trying to bait out my jumping.
Yeah, you have to be very dynamic with your neutral. Another thing as well is with the fun fact in JoJo's is that grounded moves, mostly normals, are air unblockable. So if Rubber Soul gets you caught in,
go?
If Rubber Soul gets you caught in the air with his 236 AA, he can just jab you, and you can't block anymore because you've taken damage from the 5A. Which you'll probably see Frootz do a good bit now because this is a matchup where Chaka likes to jump and hyper hot a lot, so you'll get caught in the air.
Okay.
Really,
yes!
Professor Deka needs to take advantage.
What was that? No, okay, that's too
Okay, I planned that. Giant brain.
Back. It rolled back. It said it hit you, and then it suddenly came into parry.
I can't wait to see what this is. Oh wow, that was pretty Omega brain.
Oh.
Rubber Soul's counter is something you always have to be aware of because counter into super is one of the dumbest things this game has. It represents so much damage. It's over half your health gone. And it works about pretty much...
I'm gonna keep falling for that.
It works on pretty much everyone. So really, you see Rubber, he's very much trying to...
It's pretty in
I hate
favor.
how you can throw out super. If I block it with the stand, you'll throw out another one and stand crash me. If I don't block it and try to roll through it, you just grab me.
Yeah, he's really putting himself in good scenarios to pick up those grabs, getting the grab damage in. Fun fact, Rubber's grab does it builds meter.
Gonna change my plan. I'm gonna build meter.
I don't know why Capcom decided to make it build meter, but they did.
Because I don't think they decided. It's just they recycled his the projectile from his super for his grab animation, and that happens to build meter.
Probably. Similar thing
knows?
happens with Pet Shop. One of his supers actually builds a small bit of meter, but it's the same amount that he gets from another move he has. It's probably just recycled.
Yes. All right. Wake up super. So notice how usually when I'm playing neutral, I would stay within the range of my 236S. Not with this. I stay full screen away because of this nonsense.
Nice.
I gotta stay a full screen away.
Yeah, even though
do
Rubber
you tech?
sucks, he can be very oppressive when he wants to.
How do you tech?
When he knows where you want to tech and he knows where you're heading, he gets those little bits of damage in, and they all add up.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very much a toolbox character.
And he. Okay. No, not again! No! Do you see what I mean? I might take this though. Just gotta be patient, and not jump into a freaking. No,
I do appreciate that though, like what you were trying. But yeah, when you've got standout, I can just do two supers and stand crash, so
yeah,
it's kind of hard for
freaking-
Chaka to keep his distance as well. But it's a detriment to let your opponent just meter build like all the time. Otherwise, suddenly you've ended up with this option of me stand crashing.
That's true. Watching Fist of the North Star improves your neutral. I cannot testify to that, but probably.
No, not north side.
But
North Star.
no, I have to
North
completely.
side.
I know what I gotta do now. I forgot that this was a strategy, but there we go. Done. All right, I won. I hope. Yeah.
He's looking for the counter.
Ah!
Now Frootz is going to find it much harder to approach.
Unless he just
But,
uses the other normals he has.
Yeah, if he's quick enough, he can cover up the jump A with jump S, because once you
No,
know
it doesn't work because I have iframes during my counter.
Yeah, but I mean, once you can't use your counter until the block stun is ended. Your learned ability. So if he hits it again with a move you haven't learned, you lose that opportunity. So it's really about playing around what your opponent has set up.
Okay, there. And now I can sit back with my life lead. I'm not gonna get to keep that life lead very long though if this keeps up.
Oh, that's a good super punch.
No, what is this? Butt breaker, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Chaka has the best supers, but they're pretty decent overall.
Yeah, they're not Black Pulse
Yeah.
version of the super, but he baited a GC. That's good.
Well, his learn all super is, it's a move.
It's a swag super, really. Wait, what am I doing? I have a life lead.
Yeah, it's being commentated by myself, Chaka, the Chaka player, Professor Deka, the rubber player Frootz, and Gold Pilot who was playing Midler just a little bit before
No,
Lol, I have no idea.
I'm so upset that I knew you were gonna jump. I knew you were gonna jump. I could feel it, and I was like, this. I was ready to super. Like the moment he jumps, I'm gonna super and I'm gonna catch him. And then it just your move just stuffs my super. And I hate that jumping.
It's called active frames.
Active frames. I hate it.
Yeah, there's been a much more visual component to this episode than last week's. With this game going on here.
Oh yeah, when does the stream end? That's a question.
We have about 30 minutes left.
Oh man. Oh, we could do a workshop for our. Yeah, that's right. A workshop for our viewers. Like
you want to take the viewers on?
Well, maybe not me, but you know. Okay, I did not mean to do that. But yeah, basically we take the viewers on and we tell them what's good about the neutral and what isn't. And if I dodge through the super just to get grabbed one more time, I'm gonna bust a nerve. Woo! That was cheeky. Just chill, you gotta life lead.
Or if we have so much time, I'll go ahead and play a game. Frootz, right? I don't want to go too far afield because, you know, I'm streaming, so it's going to impact my internet connection. But I might give just 1 or 2 games to go if people can bear the noise of my stick.
What is this? Why do I keep getting hit by that?
Yeah, but it's clear though that when I went off the beaten path and like didn't use my matchup knowledge, then Deka just has the instant advantage.
Yeah, you just you stopped trying to anti-air me and then that happened. Oh yeah, good games by the way.
Yeah, good games.
Like every time I fight you, I am like falling apart internally.
I can imagine.
No, and that like it's when you fight Bill's rubber, it's like you just don't stand a chance. You can't do anything. The guy has an amazing neutral.
Alright. How about a quick game, Frootz?
Yes. I forgot
How about you fight Gold
Oh
Pilot,
yeah,
Leon?
shout outs to Hi Ultra,
Well,
my mentor.
I would, but
I ride bikes together.
he's in America, right? So I don't know if my internet is going to hold up while I'm streaming at the same time.
Ah, true.
I'd rather just take
Rubber's
the home.
tier. Yeah, Rubber is much better than he looks, especially against Chaka. Especially against Chaka, that's definitely true.
Oh, but if we've all played each other once, then why don't we just get to like people who want to play?
How should I play neutral against splitter players? You play very defensively. You want to play as defensively as possible and watch how they open you up. And you want to learn from that.
Think of it as a learning experience.
Yeah, like don't you're not trying to win. You're just trying to gather data.
Take notes in like matchups, and it all comes from experience.
Yeah,
it's like no one can be good at neutral immediately. Like anyone who's good at this game goes to another fighting game, and then they have to relearn neutral again.
Mm-hmm. Like how I learned the rubber matchup is I fought Bill like 10 to 20 times, and he would just every time I jumped he would hit me, and I was like, I cannot be jumping against him. It was really frustrating. I was experimenting, trying to figure out a way to anti-air the jumping A, finding ways around it. So none of the traditional anti-airs work. Let's see. Stand on 5B, nothing. 236. I got desperate. Did 236C nothing. Or no, 263C. That's what I meant. 236C nothing. 236S still doesn't hit because of its weird angle. And so it took me a lot of experimenting, but eventually I discovered it was you had to jump at him, challenge using jumping C. That's how you beat it. That's my entire strategy for the neutral became do that.
Yeah, it's a learning experience. You got to build up the knowledge bases.
Who's fighting who right now?
Who is fighting who?
Who is fighting who? It was supposed to be Peon fighting Gold Pilot, or was it Frootz?
Frootz.
Oh yeah, where are you, Frootz? Oh yeah.
But yeah, look, don't be afraid. If you have well edited replays, and by well edited I mean like do not send us a whole replay file. Send us small clips, like maybe a best 2 out of 3. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You can send those to the regulars. Go ahead and send those to well, maybe not every regular, but you can send them to me. I'm pretty chill with this stuff. I will tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. But keep it short. I do not want a 30-minute replay.
So a bit of rundown on Khan. Every matchup is a bad matchup for Khan. That's the best way to look at it. So what I really want to do as
Khan... What the hell is this matchup?
Is I want to slow down the game and not let him set up what he wants.
This is new for me.
It's very hard for me to get around his nets, his long normals, and his tick routes. It's a lot like the oops, I missed that there. You really have to go for the damage when you can get it. So I dropped that confirm into super there, but I should have got it.
I'm playing as Khan?
Yeah, I am.
You madman! I've never seen this matchup before. This better be the best matchup I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm a little rusty with the Alcan, but I just want to put it into perspective that this is very much a character that lives and dies by the neutral, not quite like Chaka, where Chaka can work the neutral, but this is a character where all he has is his neutral. He doesn't have much damage, otherwise.
Yeah. Kakione is stupidly good neutral too.
You see here, I'm trying to get my 2A in where I can to disrupt his pressure.
Yeah, just like that. Boom.
With the spinny funny to complement it. And that grab should not have caught me.
So yeah, Kakione is the reason he's S+ tier is this, because of his incredibly new nets.
Well, this is new Kakione.
I know this is new Kakione, but just talking Kakione in general. Just the fact that he has nets and such good normals. His neutral is so amazing. That's why he gets such high tier.
Alright, listen, Ted. I'm not scared. All right, I'm not scared of Frootz.
I'm scared of the British.
Yeah, shut up. Right? I'm scared of Brexit.
British.
I'm scared for them.
Gold Pilot, you got any thoughts on the thought process?
I can see how Frootz is capitalizing on like Peon's okay 50-50 situations.
I skipped the Shadow Deal there because I don't like losing as much. A Shadow Deal, you're really about putting on the pressure and not letting it go. So yeah.
His neutral is basically slide into A's and the landing of 5C.
Well,
what is Shadow Deal's neutral?
You're gonna see me doing jump B a lot and pacing back and forth because I want to open him up in such a way that it lets me go in for loop.
Okay, I'm saying that now. But
and if he's ever inattentive like that, I'll do laser or knives to keep him on his toes.
Okay. So even from afar, you're pressuring.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So the neutral here is just
Oh no, I did that
trying
too
to stay
early.
in control and land your loop. All right, but then this happens, the neutral breaker.
Yeah, this is. See, Kakyoin versus Shadow Dio is absolutely horrible. New Kakyoin versus Shadow Dio isn't quite as
It's
bad.
bearable.
It's bearable.
Shout outs to Blue Beta, who I think he's made it a personal challenge to challenge me every single day.
Although he got the.
Because I'm getting match requests at 1 p.m. 1 a.m.
How embarrassing.
I'm not even awake then. I just happen to leave my Discord on.
Yeah, nets are a huge play in Cax neutral. Long pokes, trying to stay safe, or doing mix-ups.
In my defense, I haven't played JoJo's in like the past week or two. I've been playing Eunice.
Eunice is, I don't know. Eunice has a much better soundtrack, I'd say.
It's got a very good soundtrack. It's a very fun game. So
I don't know. I wish I had that game. I'd be playing. Hopefully not Gordo though.
Shadow Dio's.
Gordo is to Eunice, that's Kakyoin is to here. It's just ridiculous range.
That doesn't make Frootz. I get the wall bounce. Shadow Dio's 5A is very good as well. You see me try and use it to disrupt pressure.
You need to be going for grabs more.
I should be going for grabs, but oftentimes
Frootz keeps hitting button.
Oftentimes when I want to grab, my stand will be out because I'm trying to shut him down from other options. I'm missing the read basically.
There it is. Yeah, alright, here we go. Okay.
I hate some characters do a weird cross-up thing when you throw them against the wall as Shadow Dio, like in the corner.
But Shadow Dio's throw is an automatic 50-50. 50-50 is not neutral. That's you taking your turn.
Most characters, their throws you can jump out of, but Shadow Dio's you actually can't, or usually anyway.
What is that? Did you just jump into jumping stand like 5 times?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's me knowing where he's going.
This is the highest level. 5,000 IQ plays. And people say I have high IQ plays, and no.
Yeah, sometimes you have to go for that was the screen pull, by the way, for the stand crash. The guard cancel.
So here's my question: you're Shadow Dio and you're sitting on 6 bars a meter. What do you do?
Nothing really. you can't do much with meter or Shadow Dio, especially in a matchup like this where they have ranged options, because all the Shadow Dio's supers are actually quite slow. If you want to meme it, you always go for the time stop, of course. If they're respecting you too much, you go for the 214 AA, which you can also do on Oki as well, but that's escapable.
Don't reveal the secret.
I'm respecting Frootz enough and assuming he knows how to get out of it. What else is there? 623 AA, the DP super. That's a bit of a meme super. I'll be honest. It's funny to do, like, but there's only so much practical application of it. Like, I'm not going anywhere on this. Well, I should be talking more about what I'm doing and what I could be doing than winning a game against Frootz, as much as I like winning against him.
No, you're not gonna get to win against him. You won. You already beat him once. It's fine. You proved yourself.
What else?
But why is jumping B so good?
Jumping B, it's not quite a disjointed hitbox, but it's much farther than you might expect. It goes basically all the way out to the tip of the boot.
Okay, so you're doing that to keep him out of the air.
Yes, exactly. So if you notice, he's doing a lot of jumping, and you'll be doing air dashes. So it's really to oh, that was too early. It's really to dissuade him from being so aggressive.
What about
Right.
jumping
What
S?
can
Oh,
you
the
do
true
about
is
that,
neutral.
Peon?
Hey, press the
The
button.
true
It's
is
gonna hit
neutral.
him. I have to be careful because he can punish that with super. Pretty sure he can anyway.
I think he's trying to. So this is neutral. Frootz knows he has the life lead and it's just
Sea
chilling.
laser boys. I can't really approach at this point because yeah,
Even if
his
he trades,
normals
you
are
yeah,
so
there you go.
long and stringy that I can't put the pressure on without being threatened myself. Also nets.
Okay.
There's lots of nets.
This is your
I'll
last one, right?
wrap it up with one more.
Pet shop neutral.
Give us the good stuff.
Yeah,
Definitely what we'll need.
listen, Pet Shop Neutral is very strange, right? Because Pet Shop, he's not very good at many things, contrary
your
to
goal
what
is
you
to
might
land
think.
you're trying to land the icicles from the sky, right? Yeah, they're just like that.
Yeah, you can fuck around on above people's heads like that when they don't really know. Oh my god,
Nobody knows the pet shop matchup.
I hate Kakyoin's hurt boxes. It's very hard to hit him with icicles because he's actually extremely thin.
Yeah, but you're still winning. Like you
Yeah.
haven't done anything and you're still winning.
Well, I've moved around a lot. Like I'm really
Look, he
Yeah.
can kill me while blocking. Like,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
exactly.
huge part of his
Bullshit.
neutral.
And there goes 90% of your health. How did that happen?
I missed the unblockable because his wake up is so slow. It threw me off. Yeah, it's really what you're doing is building time as Pet Shop. You're building time so you can set up your icicles, which lead to your unblockables and your big damage. Playing Pet Shop is
Alright, GG's Peon.
yeah, GG.
Okay.
It's a very strange
Remind me what we're
neutral
doing now.
because it revolves around one thing. Is the best way to think about it.
Okay, so is this the part where we just beat up random people, or is this the part
Do we have anything else we want to say on neutral? Like there's honestly
I
not
think
too
we've
much.
covered pretty much everything.
We've covered pretty much everything you need to say on neutral. Because to be honest, it's not a very difficult concept on paper. There's only so much.
It's just
you need
it's
to
your
explain.
ABCs of fighting games.
Yeah, it's all about how you approach it and how you learn it.
Okay. So we should probably workshop some players as neutrals.
Yeah, if
So
there's
if you're
anyone
good,
in chat,
if you're actually good and you know you're neutral, don't bother. But if you want to, if you have some questions about your own neutral, about like what works and what doesn't, what you need to be doing, say something and send something, and we'll give you the okay, and we'll send you a challenge.
So acute. If you want to stop losing to Frootz, you could take the neutral workshop.
Oh, okay. Case class.
Expand that brain and just beat me.
Win the 9-1.
Okay, but we only have time for like 2 matches. That's as much as we're going. Who's Case Clash?
Yeah. What's your name on 5K?
Yeah, what's your name on 5K? Oh, he's got replays. Alright, yeah, okay. If we don't have to fight you then. Alright. Yeah, you can just send you can send those replays after the stream and we'll answer. Rev it up. Oh, it's it's blue beta.
Oh,
He can get bootleg. They always challenge everyone.
No, I'm not fighting. Do you see? He has made it a challenge to challenge me every single day of his life. He hasn't stopped. Yeah, this is like day 20.
Does he ping you in the Discord as well?
No, he pings me everywhere. It's great.
Yeah.
Nah, go. I like fighting it. You just gotta know when. You have to time it.
But
Fucking Blue Beta. Well, I fought you enough. I can just tell you right now. Blue Beta, you play new Kakyoin, and the thing that's lacking in your neutral is the anti-air. You need to know Kak's anti-air. If Frootz, can you blah, blah, blah. Frootz, can you tell us what new Kak's anti-air is?
He has shit anti-airs.
Yeah,
oh,
but he has some. He's gotta have some against Chaka.
He's got really good like air to airs, but his anti-airs are basically his like normal 5B, 6B stand on 5B. Like his stand on 6A is an anti-air, but it's just not good. Like it's a really bad jab. So
sad.
you're better off using safe pokes, like for for
Yeah.
relative anti-air. He's better jumping along with the opponent to do damage.
Yeah, so there you go, Blue Beta. That's what you're missing. You gotta do that because I beat you with jumping C far too much.
It's sad, honestly.
Yeah. Also, you have to. I know right now you have basically two modes of fighting. You have your nets mode, and then you have your I forgot about nets. I'm doing new CAC stuff mode. You gotta work. You have to work. You have to sort of blend them in. As for your Abdul's fine. You just need to do the anti-airs better. You gotta do the DPs and you gotta use your 6C a lot more. You're not using it enough. That move is godlike.
So approach more, to be precise, right?
Yeah.
Alright, well, will we get a game going? Is there anyone in chat? Like, I think Ted said he wanted a game. I don't know, like,
Oh, okay. Guess Wardo wants to fight. Yeah, sure.
okay. Listen, we'll play a quick game, right, Ted? Because
Yeah,
people,
Well, Ted-
while
Ted
it's
does
really
better.
fun to play the mirror, the Shadow Deal mirror, people probably don't enjoy watching it or listening to it as much. But I want to give you a bit of insight into how Shadow Deal plays anyway, because Prof Deka he really put it out that like most people they just see Shadow Deal mashing buttons. Like there's a lot of mashing buttons, but there's also a bit of neutral sometimes.
Okay.
Anyway.
So all right. So I guess the first match is Peon versus Ted, or Fruits versus Ted. I wasn't paying attention.
Peon
Yeah.
versus Ted.
Get in the
Okay, yeah.
lobby
So
there, Ted.
we'll see that first. Just Wardo, you just wait a little till we get two matches of that, then I'll fight just Wardo.
Yeah, get in the lobby, Ted. We'll play, and then I'll beat you up with Pet Shop as well. He always says he wins when I play Pet Shop, but what about that now?
I
Pet
guess last few words is if you players with really good neutral, well, us obviously. Maybe not me. You're not gonna learn a lot of neutral, but players with really good neutral. Guru Slum has amazing neutral, especially if he plays a Lessie. If you fight him, he'll annoy the hell out of you. That's when you know he has good neutral. When you find it frustrating, so fight him. That's a good way to learn neutral. Bill has the best neutral, but he's not really available all the time. Black Day.
Peon, I'm gonna DM you the image Acute sent me of the anti-air, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Is it F3?
Black Day is fucking amazing. Black Day is amazing. He knows how to play basically anybody. Pablo would show you, but he was around. Let me see. Who else is good neutral? Anyone you want to mention?
Cyril.
Anyone Japanese?
Oh yeah, and then anybody Japanese, because Japanese make it basically a rule to have good neutral. They are much slower at that game than they are.
So, people often call Shadow Deal mirrors the most fun mirrors in the game, and they are very fun because a lot of the stuff that Shadow Deal wants to do works on Shadow Deal. So it's Oh, he got that on me. There's lots of little intricacies. So you'll often find that different Shadow Dio options work on other ones. So for example,
Yeah,
if he wants to go full screen and do knives, I would book it, right? But he did the mix up there with the B knives. So you actually end up being punished for trying to book if he does B knives because he
which one
he
are
can
you?
follow it up with lasers. I'm the blonde one, the
Blonde one,
default
okay.
skin. That was me not holding up on wake up.
Okay, remember, you're supposed to be showing good neutral.
Oh,
Don't fuck it
sorry.
up. Alright. So,
Oh no.
I guess Frootz Gold Pilot and I are watching just Warder's neutral to see what you lost. Guess we don't need to coach him.
No. Listen,
No, you can't. That can't be. Alright, that was just a warm up.
this
But the rest of us will be watching.
it's not
We'll be
real.
seeing what some pointers to your neutral.
Shut up, Ted. Right?
Oh yeah, Mazuiba has good neutral. Yes.
So there's a lot of you're looking for his high priority. That almost worked. His high priority aerials to get in on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And for his
Okay, yeah, here we go.
For his Oki and defensive options. Guard cancel is surprisingly good in this matchup because Shadow Dio has a very good guard cancel. I missed the tick grab.
Okay, just Wardo, you need to stop backdashing at that range. He's gonna catch you with the C.
Yeah, there's an element of not giving up too much ground in this matchup because once you do, it nearly puts your opponent at an advantage because they're a Shadow Dio. You're very aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Man, he just keeps backdashing. I know he's trying to maintain space, but
that was me catching the backdash there.
Yeah, there you go. You see it.
That was me missing the Oki there.
Yeah, that was... yeah, try not to do that. Okay.
Anyway, it's hard to do
the
three
reason
things at once.
Masaibu has godlike neutral is because he's Japanese.
Yeah, like Japanese players have amazing neutral. We have a whole playlist of their neutral just because it's that good.
Yeah, it's something
you
you
messed
should,
it up
like,
there.
if there was ever something to
Yeah,
learn
look,
it
this
from
is how you do
visually,
it.
it'd be that.
No, you meant to let me.
What is going on?
Sorry. These are deep. There's actually a lot of. It's hard to give a play by on this because we are doing a lot of deep things at once. To put it lightly,
you just know each other really well at this point.
We've played a lot. That was me reading his forward tech, but not backdashing enough to catch it with the jump C, which would have been like the most optimal.
Yeah, so I guess that's another thing. When you're at high level play, you start doing things that don't make sense to anyone else watching.
Yeah, Ted, my tech doesn't work against me, Ted, right?
Okay.
Nice jab, like jab Oki.
Jab okay, yeah.
It's a one frame thing, right? So you can't react to it. It puts you in a situation where you have to think, okay, am I going to tech grab or am I going to block? It's like a mini 50-50.
No, it's just Warden has the right idea. He keeps doing jumping Bs. Very good. But he needs to mix it. He needs to know when to do jumping B and when to do jumping A. He's been doing nothing but jumping.
Yeah, really what he needs to do is mix things up more and find his own way of putting on pressure. So basically all he's doing is he's putting on the pressure when I let him to, if you can think of it like that.
When you want to defend, yeah. When
no, your stand was out. I saw that. No, what the fuck? I've never seen that before. My super went through his stand. Like what?
No, just take back to basics. Take it back to basics.
This game is busted. I swear. Yeah, he's doing some good stuff there with the he's catching me, right? I prefer to chase people in the air, but you see Ted doing a lot of, as a failed guard cancel, he's doing a lot of dashing A's to try and catch me.
He's trying to meme you. That's what he's trying to do.
So
Trying to embarrass you on stream.
That's it, yeah. That's me catching the backdash with a dash and C.
Yeah, you've been just contesting his jumps the whole time.
Yeah, you can't let him do what he wants because that's I rolled.
Yeah, no, yeah, you meant to. Yeah, just Warder, just back off. He's got to back off. He's got the life lead. Just back off. Just chill. He's gonna lose a life lead. Okay.
I went for the laser too slow.
Yeah, but if you get the life lead, just back off. You don't need to do more. And by a life lead, I mean like at least a quarter of a bar of health above the opponent. I don't mean like.
So I noticed Giswardo was jumping a lot, so I just stuffed it out with a jab there. It bounced him off me, even though it traded and I took a little bit of damage. It was less damage than I could have taken if I let him continue with what he's doing. Anti-airing with the 4S.
What was that? That was a good tech tip. Yes.
Yeah, there's people who talk shit about Shadow Dio. They don't see what goes on like here.
How to tech down.
You have to be careful about how you tech, because if you think of it as teching down as
just to hit the ground quicker, but
it's hitting the ground quicker, right? But it's also putting you right beside Shadow Dio, so it's letting him follow up on something. Naturally, if he doesn't expect you to tech down, he
yeah, but I don't think we need to coach him because he beat you twice already.
Oh no!
Dude, you sure you should be you sure you're supposed to host the stream on neutrals? Are you qualified?
No.
What are your credentials?
Please, I'm being exposed.
Beyond exposed on his own podcast.
Beyond exposed on his own podcast. He has no neutral.
I swear.
No,
I swear I have neutral.
I know you do because you keep doing.
I'm doing lots of big brain stuff. I promise, guys. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my goodness. You better. We gotta see some credentials, man.
So you see, I'm going for. Oh no, he's stopped messing around. He's looping now. There's a bit of an unspoken.
He turned off the stream. He's like, I'm gonna win this. I don't even want your advice.
There's a bit of an unspoken rule in the mirrors where you avoid looping. No, it's just a bit more polite. Is it it's one of those matchups where you really don't need to. Oh my god, that jumping hitbox.
Yo, he went 3-1, man. What was that? No, you get off. It's my turn.
All right. I'll play. Finish it up with the headshot.
Yeah, finish it off.
It's hard to.
Who is Simon Marge?
Who is Simon Marge?
Like the frat kid name.
Nobody knows who
Anyways,
Simon Marge is.
They have good advice. SDO cannot load profile, so it's a very it's a better tick than 2A. You do not want to be in the blender and get inside cross-up jumping S range, so waiting properly for the opponent to land and dashing in back when they whiff is important. Mystical being, okay.
Oh, that was a good catch. He knows
if you lose, if he beats your pet shot on stream, then we'll know we'll know he's legit.
What the fuck? That was hurt box shifting. That I promise you that is not normal.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, that was Omega Brain what Ted did.
What the fuck?
Box shifting.
Keon, are you losing?
This game is bad.
Again with the teabags.
What?
Where are your credentials?
What the fuck? Why was that more hurt box shifting?
Yo! I don't even care if he.
Alright,
if
that's
he
it,
wins.
Ted. This is the touch of death.
This Wardo's got his cred.
You're gone. Fuck you, pal.
You have to use the cheap stuff. Show some neutral.
Can't hit me when I'm above your head, pal.
Show us neutral, peon.
What? That was a very good reaction on his part. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
That was me teching, I promise. What? So really, we're just looking for the advantage on top.
Yeah,
of
there
each
you go.
other.
Alright. Here's good neutral.
That was pretty filthy. That was a cross up.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Alright.
that. The way icicles work is they hit based on the direction you yeah, sorry Ted, you're a loser. We don't have losers on screen. The icicles hit based on when they first came out. So I was facing the left direction there. So the icicles were gonna hit and you have to block left. But I went to his right. So I went to his left.
Is just Wardo spelled
So
with a
he
G
would
or
think-
a J?
He would J.
Hey, yeah, I keep going.
So you would think that you'd have to block right, but you actually have to block left. It's not something that turns up a lot because usually the icicles are one and done. You don't leave them around a lot. But I saw the opportunity to cross under, and I took it there. I took the game. But yeah.
Okay, so it's looking like this might be the last match of the stream. So,
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Taking up the limelight.
yeah, just gotta get this out of my system. Alright, yeah, I wish Lucas was here.
Fuck you.
So
Why?
we could workshop him. We just show him this is everything you're not doing. Like if we could somehow get it on stream through the lag, we could tell him this is what you need to be doing. I wish we could do that, but no, I gotta do this. All right, Chaka versus Shadow D. I don't know how this. What did he cite something? Oh yeah, wait for the lad. Okay. Oh yeah, we're fighting. By the way, just
All right.
So what's the neutral like for Shadow Dew and Chaka?
So I have to control my impulse and not do jumping C because
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
it's a very interesting matchup because they sort of seal each other's strengths. They
The matchup looks like 236S.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Shadow Dio wouldn't feel
And me
comfortable
trying to get a
contesting.
counter.
But at
That
the
is
same
not
time,
what I meant to do.
he can punish Chaka stuff, and when he punishes
Alright, gotcha.
him, he punishes him hard. So there we go. He counters the jump S, which limits Shadow Dio
No,
a lot.
I didn't just counter jump S. I countered all his S's. It counts every jumps.
Well, yeah. So Ted, at this point, he's just really not respecting the range and power of Chaka's move, and he's paying for it.
Oh yeah, shoutouts to Eridol for teaching me that tech. This. I forgot what it's called. 6A.
Oh no.
Okay, what is going on here?
Ted is one of those Dios that likes Shadow Dios that likes to dump their meter when they can. They just don't like seeing the number go up. I'm happy to
Okay,
sit
I see
on
what
it.
he's doing.
I
He's
won't do
Look
anything.
at this adjustment.
Yeah. You see often with Shadow
Okay, so
Dio,
he caught my jumps twice
Yeah.
using lasers. That was smart.
they'll put you in a they'll do lots of jumping on top of you. They'll be jumping on you with jump B, jump A, really trying to open you up. Then they'll back off a bit, leaving you confused and zoning you out with lasers and knives. Or you just going, no, you messed that up. Okay. That's a bit of
That is
a strange tech
totally
that
what I
Shadow
meant to
Deal
do.
has. Of course, there's the book.
I dropped it. Do you see that? I don't need to coach him. He doesn't need neutral. He just needs to keep hitting buttons.
Yeah, that's
Or I need better neutral.
That's how Shadow Deal is played. You know, a lot of him is just getting in,
I need to pair his jab. That's what I need to do.
and then you win with Shadow Deal. That's the idea. Once you get in, you win. Your prize for getting in is winning.
Yeah, alright, so that's...
But once you see how he is trying to get in, what he's doing, and how he's being predictable, you can punish him for it. He's like a dog fetching a stick. You know where the dog's gonna go. If you throw the stick over there, he's gonna go fetch the stick. You see, he's doing the same jump-ins again and again.
Not this time.
And when you get annoyed as Shadow Deal, that's when you break out the grabs. You go, fuck this shit, I'm done, and then you just grab them until they're dead.
Okay, so here... Okay, so he's not respecting the fact that I countered him twice.
Yeah. If there's one fatal flaw in Ted's game plan, it's that
He doesn't learn.
yeah, he only
He doesn't
pays
learn.
attention
He doesn't
to
adjust
himself.
mid-match.
He does.
Predictable.
Yeah, he's predictable. He doesn't play two-way. Oh, you did it.
Oh, I think he's listening because he...
He did the Ted strategy.
Yeah.
And he taunted him.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
my
this guy's-
god, what happened to his stand? He was crushed into the floor.
His stand like left him after seeing him die.
Yeah, you'll often see he will just jump B, jump S. That's his calling card. If you don't know how to block the fake cross up after playing Ted, you'll want to.
Oh yeah. Okay. I can't say I haven't gotten to do a jump campaign. Super. No, it didn't work. I swear I was waking up super the whole time. It didn't work. Whatever. I'm gonna... Okay. I am... What is this? Why would you do that? So either he's listening to the stream and I got on his nerves, or
No, it's his
or maybe it's the
it's
gameplay.
just Ted being Ted.
It's just Ted being Ted.
Just Ted things.
He likes having fun.
It's how you dominate your opponent by showing your IQ points.
Yeah. And one thing we should mention that
No, I lost.
it may look accidental, but a lot of the time you'll see oh, you got a stand crash combo. That's pretty cool. A
I'm
lot
really
of the
upset.
times you'll see Shadow Deal avoiding stuff using jump S because it affects how your it affects your
I do
jump
not have
art,
an Abdul.
basically.
But I just want to show. I just want to demonstrate. You don't need to.
It holds
Abdul
you
has
in
the
the
best
air.
neutral. So I'm.
Oh no.
So you see, this ward is playing completely different now.
Just watching this makes me feel angry.
Why?
This is from playing Abduls.
My Abdul is crap though. I just cheese up people with my remarkably bad neutral. Okay. Okay, that's.
Yeah,
I thought my
sometimes-
sweep was supposed to anti.
Sometimes Ted's going for he's pressing S when he shouldn't. After jump-ins. But sometimes it actually gives up more advantage in the game. So like I know it's like that with rubber as well. Sometimes you don't want to go for the double overhead right after a jump A. Right, Frootz?
Yeah.
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 He's not too invested. But
Ah!
No.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I was doing everything right. You just did more.
yeah, Shadow Dio saps Frootz' energy. He's really
It's
the
like your brain goes unga bunga just watching.
it is pretty underbunga, I'll be honest. But
Oh, I must say Ted is improving like every time I fight him at least.
that's why he did the same jump in 3 times in a row.
I say that, and then he goes back to being Ted.
Sorry, Ted. One day I won't have to carry Ireland.
Now? What
Just
was
carry
that?
Ireland on your own.
His
Yeah.
brain is too big.
I've been carrying it
I
on my
can't.
own for years.
Does Melvin not help at all?
That was awful. I feel so
No.
bad because I was doing everything right. It just didn't work. Coach me, please. What am I doing wrong?
What? You want me to
Abdul's
give
my-
Abdul advice to the host I invited on?
Use
The
better normal.
Yeah, use better normal.
I'm using the right normals. What other normals should I be using?
Use whenever he gets close to you, just jab him.
I am jabbing him.
Whenever he
Oh,
jumps,
right. No, you're right. I'm not.
contest him in the air. Whenever he does something, oh, he almost got the stand crash. Whenever he does something remotely unsafe, you can just super him
Yeah, okay.
like that.
Never told us with Mater though. Yeah, you're right. I gotta contest him in the air a lot more.
Sweep that boy. He falls over. He's a passive stand.
When you say jab, you mean stand on jab?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean when he's on the ground and he's trying to approach you like that, that's a crazy move. Simon giving sage advice.
Why did I do that? Okay.
Yeah, Simon says any jab is okay, like even 6A.
I had the browser source out there on my mistake. I had to have it on top. Oh, okay.
Wait, I have life lead. I just chill. Oh, that's not blocked.
Frootz letting Simon down.
Okay. Yeah, I took a round from him. I feel good now.
Oh, my bad, sorry.
Sorry, I brought up the jabs originally. I meant to say you don't jab him out of the air. I meant if he's approaching on the ground, like if he throws out his stand or he's going for 6-6A or whatever, you can punish him for being extra aggressive like that with your strong.
Oh yeah, I have a Shoryuken. I forgot.
Well, yeah, you can try. You can try punish it. You should. It does have invincibility, right?
Oh, you have a guard cancel too.
Oh no, he's figured out how to play up.
What did he just did the loop, and even though whatever, I feel bad. Are we gonna have to end this soon? Okay, I'm gonna give him my absolute best.
Okay, we'll call it last game, will we?
Yeah, last game.
Last game of
And
this game.
this is gonna be probably my. I'm gonna parry everything he has,
Ted, if you're
or
listening,
just get grabbed a bunch.
I want you to do the 2 and 4A, 6 to 3AA, 6 to 3AA, right?
Okay, that's one. Why is he so smart? He doesn't fall for wake up parry.
Yeah, but he does do the same thing again and again.
He just doesn't say think again and again until I want him to, and then he just doesn't.
Oh yeah, we briefly mentioned.
How did that hit me?
We briefly mentioned third strike earlier, Simon, and your name immediately came in. I just want you to know. Oh no! That almost worked.
What's going on? He just doesn't jump at me. Let me parry you. Let me parry you.
He is content to chip you out with knives. As Shadow.
He won't fall for it.
This is a matchup where you
Right,
really love the life lead.
I'm mad. I lost my credentials. You see, I don't have neutral. Do you see this?
Get off
I lost
my
it in
stream.
5-1. No, I lost it completely. 5-0.
Sad.
So so you see, I lost my credentials. So next time you invite just War to your stream, okay? You don't invite me because I don't know neutral.
Oh, what? I gotta invite Giswardo, am I? Okay. You should see, if you want to see how Chaka versus Shadow Deal is played, you should look at some old replays from myself and Minotaur. We go pretty ham. Those one at home anyway. Alright,
no, so I gotta. Fruit Blender, ignore my friend request. That was me randomly. That was me clicking.
Oh yeah, I will.
No, you get nothing, Blue Beta. Sorry. Okay, is that the end of the stream?
Yeah, we're all getting a bit tired by this point, so I think we're gonna call it here, guys. Unless there's anything else you want to add to the
what's
neutral.
for next episode?
Oh, we talked about that in a second, but is there anything you guys as the commentators want to say?
No, I mean, what is for the next episode?
Next episode is probably going to be something along the lines of either Oki or
Okay, yeah. So,
what?
yeah. So invite what's his face? I forgot who was really good. Okay, I know. And invite anyone who plays Shadow Deal good, who actually plays Shadow Deal well.
Ted.
Yeah, so Ted, and then invite a whole horse player. Tex Western, probably.
Yeah. I was gonna say either Oki or Zoni. I wasn't sure which to go for. But,
yeah, either way, Tex Western.
I'll announce
and
it
Black
anyway.
Definitely like that. Black the best.
Yeah, if he still exists anyway, get him around. So thanks for coming on the couch with me, guys.
Couch.
The virtual couch.
Virtual couch.
Couch of potato. Yeah.
Yes.
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry I did all the talking.
Please, that's why I invite people on.
Yeah, it's just a chat.
Hosting, yeah.
Yeah. It's a chat.
That's quite fun.
I hope people learned about neutral.
Okay.
And if somebody became slightly better by listening to this podcast, then I'm glad that happened.
Oh, Ponty watched.
No,
Ponty
he's not gonna watch.
I hope Lucas watched.
Lucas might watch.
Lucas
Okay.
might watch. Lucas, in all seriousness, you're a great player. I just disrespect you constantly because you are the bar that I have to beat. I'm trying to prove that I can beat Kakyoin, and like you are basically the only Kakyoin that still plays Kakyoin regularly. Everybody else plays everything else. So
All right, yeah, that's enough of his jibber jabber. Sorry, Lucas, but you suck. There's no way around it. But thanks for listening in to the stream anyway, everyone who stuck around to the end. I hope it was a bit more interesting this time around compared to last week. We definitely had a bit more of the visual component going on compared to the audio aspect. Even so, I'll still be making an MP3 version of this. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in, guys. And keep in mind, this is going to be the regular time now that we'll be aiming for. So now, if you want to be on the show, please go ahead and message me, and also tell me what you want to talk about. Otherwise, I'll be asking people if I feel like they have something they could add to a topic I'm covering. Also, in regards to background music, once again, as I said at the start, if you have a track you feel will fit, something soft that fits in the background, it doesn't, contest any of our voices, please send it to me, and I'll try to compile something to get it going. I'm looking to add more, more life, more fun to this. So please, any other suggestions you have, send them to me. I'm looking to make this as informative and interesting as possible. So stick around for next week where we're going to be talking about either Oki or zoning. I have to figure out which one next, depending on who's available, of course. And otherwise, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you all next. Bye-bye.
Game over.
Next week we're selling out, boys. Look forward to that.